morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world right now and watching. Welcome to a new session, a next session about swimming pool techniques. I'm very happy to inform you today about some new ideas we got. And I hope you're fine wherever you are at the moment, maybe in your home office, maybe on the beach, maybe in the, at home, in your living room, wherever. And I hope you, well, like I said, you are fine and Corona is not messing up your business too much. And everything is working, especially on your construction sites. And like I said, today we have, like in the next 50 minutes, some news for you, which you can maybe use for your future project, which will come tomorrow and maybe in the next weeks. My name is Mario Sommer, and I'm responsible for the technical department of Sopro, and I will lead you through this session right now. And I'm not doing this by myself. This is a live show, and also feel free to ask questions over our chat, and we will be happy to answer these questions within these next minutes. And I'm not alone here on stage. I'm very happy that we have our partners here together. And first of all, also first time, actually we are a man's world, and it's always nice and great to have a lady on stage. It's Heidi Banach. She's the chief designer, and I'm very excited to hear from you from AGROB, the world of AGROB. AGROB is also a German producer of ceramic materials worldwide doing business. So I'm very excited to hear from you later on in the session. What is the news about tiles, colors, surfaces, and so on? And we will see what we can do in this world of tomorrow when it comes to pools. And of course, number two is Dirk, our main chemistry man when it comes to cleaning up pools, when it comes to the quality of pool water. He is always my first man in Germany when it comes to problems, and when you have any problems in this business, give him a call and he will always be able to answer and help you so that you have a clear water in your pool and the shower is also clean and nothing happens. Well, we are the ones who will talk, but we are not doing this alone because this session is mainly hold up by doing something, and Dirk brought his colleague Alexander, and he will show us how to clean right. I'm also very excited to see what you will show us. And of course, our colleagues from Sopro, it's Christoph and Guido, who will show us later on how to work with the waterproven membrane. And we also have one new product for our Grout materials. So be excited also. These will be the new products you can use soon in the beginning of 2021. And so let's start. Yeah, Sebastian, we start actually always in the beginning with the construction itself. And we have some steps to do when we come to the construction site. We have just actually the concrete, and then from there it starts all the way up. So we get at the end the nice tile. That's what this is what the guy sees, or the people see who come to enjoy the pool area. But before it comes to this situation, we have to do a lot of working steps, so everybody will be happy and fine. Sebastian, it's your word now to explain everything a little bit, what it's necessary that everything will be.
Yeah, hello
okay.
Everybody from my side. Thank you, Mario, for the introduction words. Hello everybody, and welcome to our show about the pool business. From Sopro side, we really like this topic because it's a very technical topic, and of course there's a lot of things you can do right and things you can do wrong. So you need the very good knowledge and the right products to build up pools. And by Sopro, we can deliver the full range of products you need for building up pools in underwater areas or pool surroundings, and all the sanitary rooms, which belongs also to bathhouse or to a pool. Yeah, so we can deliver the complete range of products. Maybe you have a closer look here to this sample. So we can start, if you need, from beginning from the concrete. We also have concrete repair systems. If we are in a maybe old structure and there's maybe iron pieces, rusty pieces, we can make them new and build up the structure new from the concrete. Then we have a special pool plaster system because, of course, the pool structure will never be that even. So we have to level out, of course, the substrate a little bit with our special pool plaster system. Also for the floorings, we can deliver our Rapidur system, M5 or B5, as a fast-setting cement screed. And then, of course, after everything is leveled out and right in shape, our philosophy is to use a waterproofing membrane system on top. So to keep everything which is below dry and secure, so you don't have any water coming into the structure and no lime washouts. So in this sample here, we have a cement-based waterproofing. You can also deliver other materials. I will come to that later on. And of course, later on, we have the right materials, adhesives for fixing the tiles, mosaics or natural stones, for example, including the Grout systems to make it as a full program. Yeah? For pools, underwater areas, and also for pool surroundings and substrates. Yeah? So we have a closer look for the waterproofing membranes. As I said, we can deliver the cement base. We will show soon in the practical demonstration, but also as a really new product, we have this here. It's our polyurethane waterproofing membrane. So sometimes, depending on water quality, yeah, which is also a very interesting topic, so we check the water quality, and sometimes the water is cement aggressive, so we need to use our polyurethane waterproofing membrane. This material is new here because it has the EC1 Plus mark, which means it has a low emission. So in more and more projects, this became very, very important to have these testing certificates. So this material, which we start next year with a new material, polyurethane waterproofing EC1 Plus tested, will be very interesting for several objects.
Sebastian, can you just explain again when we make the decision if it's cement-based or when it is polyurethane-based or epoxy-based? Yeah. Because this is actually a very early process in the plan of building up the pool or the project.
That's a very interesting topic, Mario. If you're a planner or maybe you're a craftsman and you have to face the question, which type of material should I use? I think the first... Must use, yeah. The first thing is to contact our project counseling department, because we have, as Sopro, we have a special department, 6 people, colleagues sitting there and helping you planning your project, just cost-free, and you can drop an email or call them and they will help you, and they will have a look for the water quality which is in your pool, because water is not water, it's never the same, it's completely different all over the world. Salty water, really soft water, depending, and some of these waters can be cement aggressive. And if we have really high content of cement aggressive water, then we go to the polyurethane material because it's more chemical resistant. Yeah, of course more costly, but if the water is critical, we need to do. Yeah. So, but in the main cases, we use our cement-based waterproofing. And now I want to ask my colleague Guido, because we want to show you in a practical demonstration our new material, which is the DSF RS 623, complete new development of our research and research department. And cement-based material, one component. That means you can add the water in a wide range to adjust it to your consistency. Yeah, you see Guido is applying the material. It's really soft. It's really creamy. You don't need so much hand power. Yeah, so it's very easy to work with. And this application, I would call this is the standard method. You see here how nice the material stands up on the tool, so you can load a lot of material, a lot of kilograms on your tool to apply it on the wall or on the floor, of course, yeah, to make it maybe more liquid or so. Yeah, so I would call this a standard method, because by application by the notch trowel, 6 millimeters, for example, and then smoothen it that you have one coat, and after drying out, after 2 to 3 hours, you can apply the next coat. Yeah, so we need 2.5 millimeters in a pool as a complete thickness, or 2 millimeters in a wet room. And we have, for example, these small tools here, you see these cutted edges, they have different depth, so you can check the thickness of the material by doing like this, for example. Yeah? So you can put it into the wet material and cut it through, and you see some of these edges, they go deep inside and some not, so we have here 1.75 millimeters of thickness. Yeah? Wet coating minus the drying, this is like 10% of the drying, it will shrink a little bit, and then you can calculate your thickness in total. Yeah? Always recommend 2 layers, 3 layers in a pool, 2 layers in a wet room, and 2.5 millimeters in a pool, total thickness, and 2 millimeters in the wet room. And the materials, very new, very flexible, very easy in use, and the notch trowel application, as I said, is the standard, but we have an easier method for the big pools, for the big projects, and this is the spraying method. Guido, your turn. Switch on the spraying machine. Yeah. Okay. Power. So you can see it goes really, really well, really fast. Really well, really fast. I think, Guido, it's enough. You don't have to do the whole pool today. Maybe next time. Yeah, we do the whole pool, but not today. Yeah, only a small sample of how it works, and you see it goes really, really fast, and it's of course, much more relaxed for the craftsman to do like this instead of getting up and down with a notch trowel. So much easier to work with and much faster. You save a lot of time. And you see, Guido, now the only step you have to do is smoothen it later on, that we have the thickness and a nice coat.
Can you say anything about this? The thickness of the first step now would be
thickness
1.5 millimeters?
Should be like more or less 1.5 millimeter because of a little bit shrinkage by drying. And then we need, of course, the next layer again. Then we have in total then 2.5 millimeters in the pool. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Here's already a question for that. They are asking if it's possible to do a whole pool in one day with the spraying machine.
Yeah, it would be possible, yeah, because the material is fast setting. Yeah, so 600 square meters you can get with one layer per day, depending on how big the pool is and how much manpower you have. 600 square meters with this tool, maybe 2 or 3 guys, because of course you have to mix the material and put the mixed material into the machine. And for the overworking of the next layer, that would be also possible because it needs a drying time like 2 or 3 hours, depending on on the temperature, of course. Yeah, but after 3 hours, for sure, you can overwork with the next layer. So yes, it would be possible depending on pool size. Yeah. Another technical thing is maybe the what we do in corners. Normally, the pool construction is a complete concrete block. The steel reinforcement is going through, so we just add in the main corners a little bit of these mesh to reinforce the structure. Yeah, even makes the waterproofing more flexible. Or only If we have maybe a later added concrete block, for example, like a staircase, which is later added, it is not connected to the concrete itself, then in these areas we use these AEB flex tape, really flexible. So if these concretes are shrinking in these areas, you have, of course, a very big movement. Yeah? And, but the rest is doing the waterproofing itself. So just to show you a sample.
So flexibility, please show it.
It's really flexible, the material. This is our cement-based waterproofing. And just by adding these polymers in the one component, it's dried polymers, which are activated by the water. And then we have also the two component versions. It's really flexible, cement and this flexible. Yeah, really, really good. Yeah.
Another question about the spraying. Do we recommend a machine for that, Guido? Which one?
Which machine?
Which machine do we recommend? Inotec, okay.
M8 is the name of the machine.
Okay. Yeah. So it's M8.
Wagner, yeah, both works very good, very easy. You have to mix the material before, and you need a air pressure tool as well. Yeah.
So we have like two
machines.
We have two recommendations in Germany at least. Inotec and Wagner was the machines where we have very good experience. And feel free to get in contact with us for these informations when you have a project like with the size where it is interesting to work in a spraying modus.
We send over Guido. Yeah, we send over Guido to show you the technique.
You need him, he will come over and will help you to do your project.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Normally in the project now we should have a little waiting time by drying with the DSF RS. It's a fast setting material. We should wait like 6 days. Drying for drying time that all the polymers get activated and hardened out. And then we recommend also by the German laws or regulations, we recommend a filling test that we can check that the waterproofing is completely waterproof and there's no leakage. So next step would be the filling test with chlorinated water and to see
Dick,
everything
for this
works.
we need you because we have bad experience actually.
Okay.
Like you see, this is just a piece out of a concrete pool. Everything is nicely prepared with a nice cement-based or polyurethane-based coating. And we bring in the water, and you know, like construction sites are, somebody throws his dust and dirt and whatever in there, and of course, sometimes also organic pieces. Yes. And when we come back after 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, we have not a pool, we have like a biotope, and some animals are already swimming in there, more or less.
Maybe, yes.
So what can you help? What can we do so that this won't happen? Or what is your recommendation for the architect or the one who's responsible for the construction site?
So normally the water treatment is not finished, so you have no possibility to use a water treatment equipment to clean and to disinfect the water. So the best way is to give chlorine inside the water for the filling test, and because nobody would measure and make analysis during the whole time, so it would be good to start with a high concentration of chlorine,
so
up to
tablet or just powder? Or what?
No, I would say the best way would be a granular or a powder, because that is you can storage is much better than a liquid. The liquid is not so stable by storage, and so that would be the best way to give maybe 5 milligrams per liter chlorine inside the water, and so you have no problems with
just
germs.
add it in there, like in the coffee, sugar in the coffee, or you have like a swimmer?
No, you can put it in a bucket or something like this. Dilute it with water, and then you can go around the pool and give it on from side to side.
And how many times do you have to do this? I mean, we have actually in Germany we have to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes, since the building process has time, the water stays in there for 4, 5, 6 weeks, and so on. Nobody looks at it after they see, oh, tomorrow we have to start tiling, and then they take out the water suddenly. So we have actually no control over this period.
That's a little bit the problem. Nobody would make an analysis, nobody would measure the concentration. So I would say repeat it every week. So it's not a very big process. It's only a mixture of water and then chlorine, and it's easy to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yes, that's true, because because you start then with the mold inside the rough material, and then you after a few weeks maybe you get mold grow up
really
in the rough materials. So.
We have a second problem, not just the water itself, but when we take out the water and the tile layer wants to start, sometimes we get a call that like on the top of the membrane now there's like a smeary film, like a biofilm, and some of those guys, they don't care, it's just drying up because the sun is shining. But later on, we sometimes, especially when we work with glass mosaic and so on, we have like little black spots which are coming out, shining through. So what do we have to do so that this won't happen?
The best way would be to make an alkaline cleaning. My colleague Alexander will show it on the tiles later on, but you can also use this kind of cleaner on the cement or on
after the filling test, when the water is
after
removed,
the filling test, then make it
a
cleaning with an alkaline cleaner.
Very important working step, because very often the water is removed and all these smearing, slimy particles, they come to the surface, to the waterproofing, and then the tiles are fixed on top. And this is, of course, not a good idea, because we need to clean.
Of course, we have not
to clean this first.
We do not have the contact with the adhesive anymore to the actual surface, because there is like a biofilm in between, which is when water comes together again with it, starts getting soft again, and then we have actually a problem for the adhesive later on. So it's very important that you think about this part, cleaning up the pool before you start tiling. And when I say tiling, then Sebastian, we have to tell the people what's new in our adhesive world. We are very excited about that, because we have a long history with our adhesives, of course, in the world of tiling, in pools and everywhere you can imagine a tile. And one family you presented.
Thank you, Mario.
Please.
Yeah, as you said, of course, we have a long history of the tilings, especially cement-based tile adhesives. Yeah, but of course, for pools, sometimes same like the waterproofing method. Sometimes we need to use epoxy-based, so resin-based tile adhesive, which are chemical resistant. Yeah, but in the most parts or most cases, we use our cement-based adhesives. But pool in the underwater area, this is a quite demanding field for the adhesives. They get wet. They get, maybe it's an outside pool. They have a lot of temperature difference. They have also, imagine about the construction, the concrete. It is not as maybe solid as you think about. They shrink, they bend a little bit, even if it's a very strong concrete. And of course, we have to deal with these problems and these stresses for our construction. And this is why we have, in our philosophy, in the meantime, we very often recommend our S2 tile adhesive, the Megaflex family. Maybe you've heard about. They are two-component and cement-based, really strong materials, but on the other hand, very flexible, so they can absorb the tensions from the concrete by the shrinkage, for example. And we have 3 different versions. Maybe if you have seen these before, you see this is another look, because it's a very new product here. We did a relaunch for the complete Megaflex family. We stay with the three products. So one is normal setting, our 665 normal setting, cement-based. Then we have 2 fast setting versions. And here we have the 666, which is for the floors, so more liquid, floating bed consistency. And we have the 667, which is made for the walls, or floors and walls, depending what you're doing. So this is more sticky, more thixotropic, you can use for the tiling on vertical areas. And Completely new is that we have now only one polymer milk, which fits to all of these products. Yeah? So not 3 different types of polymer products, only one. This is new. And these 2 fast-setting versions, 666 and 667, we changed them to a silver technology. So this cement product in there, it's silver gray. Maybe you can see this in the sample over here. I will turn around a little bit for the camera. You see our old products, the fast-setting versions, they have been like these dark gray or brown color, and the new versions, they look like this. So this is much better also for if you use maybe also natural stones, for example. Yeah? And the other new feature is the working time, because some of our customers said, okay, the material is really good, works really well. It's fantastically strong and very flexible. But the pot life, the working time, it's a little bit short. Yeah? So please, Sopro, maybe you can adjust a little bit. And we heard about these questions, and so we changed the product for much longer open time. So even the fast-setting products have now a working time of like 45 minutes. So the pot life, easy for the craftsman, much easier in handling. But on the other hand, they're still really fast setting, so you can do filling water in there, or they work really good in cold conditions as well. Yeah?
Sebastian, we got a question for that.
Yes.
Because we have sometimes not just new pools, we have a lot of the time very old pools. Mm. There's already tiles in there, and the question is, can we go on top of these old tiles?
Yeah.
Do we recommend that, or do we allow that?
That's the right question. Do we recommend that? No, we don't recommend. Even the materials, they will stick on these old tiles, no problem. They will stick, the cement-based 2-component, they will get a fantastic connection to old tiles, no problem. Same at the epoxy tile adhesive, also no problem. But we have seen the risk, and the risk is really, really high of that the complete structure will collapse by adding next weight, so another weight on top of the old tiles. And then you need, of course, a long working time for adding tiles on tiles. And in the meantime, the old structure, it dries out completely, you have a lot of tensions in the old cement structure. And by the past, we've seen that the failing percentage will be like 50%, and this is much too high. Not by failing of the attachment, but by failing of the old structure, which comes to an end of a lifetime, yeah, more or less. So this is why we not recommend this.
So take all,
not
take out the old,
take out the old things and rebuild it. Maybe you can use the old plaster, if depending how stable it is. Another question would be, can we use it in showers? Yes, in showers, it's not so problematic. They dry out and get wet and no problem. So we can use tiles on tiles in showers and other areas, but not inside our pool, please. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So this is our new tile adhesive family, Megaflex S2, and our weapon, I would say, for the pools, especially inside and outside pools, because they're very frost resistant and they have a low absorbing of water. They may more or less behave like a waterproofing membrane, so they don't absorb.
And I would say on top, for all kind of difficult situations,
absolutely,
also outside facades, etc., where
and
you can
balconies,
use this combination of
more application fields than pools. Yeah.
Tile adhesive.
Of course.
Well, but now we have all that done and we are coming to the tile itself. And now I'm very happy to have Heidi here. She is the one who tells us which colors are necessary for tomorrow. And she has prepared a range of different tiles coming from AGROB. Yeah, please explain a little bit what we see here, Heidi.
Yes, what we see here is our new series, Area Pro. We developed 12 colors and 6 different slip resistances. So the idea is that you can use our tiles from the entrance of the swimming pool to the actual water area. So we will start in the entrance or maybe in the dressing room. You can use our R10A tiles. You see them here in slip resistance, yes, R10A in size 30 by 60. And when we go to the wet areas, we need slip resistance R10B. R10B is for wet walking areas, and it is for the pool surrounding.
And it's, of course, for barefoot feet, right?
Yes, of course, everything is for barefoot feet.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, what I would like to emphasize is that we offer the R11B, this one, in the large format 60 by 120. This is something really new, and it enables elegant pool surrounds. The next slip resistance you need in the swimming pool is the C grade, and we provide the C slip resistance in R12C and R11C. The R12C comes with a so-called pearl stick structure. The pearl stick structure is a pressed structure, and then we use our fine granulates to create the slip resistance. And these tiles are used more in technical areas of the swimming pool or maybe in the gastronomic areas. And the last one is our new slip resistance R12V4. This slip resistance was designed by Sebastian Herkner, a German designer, and he liked the idea of designing a tile for areas where design normally doesn't play a major role, like restaurants, galleries, or food production. Okay, now we come to our color range. The color range of Area Pro consists of 12 different colors. We got the inspiration of the colors from nature. We took inspiration by sand, stone, or clays, and you see the range starts with anthracite, some lighter gray tones, and then we go to the beige and brown color shades. Each color consists of different color shades, though the colors are really very versatile. You can use them for different combinations. And of course, what is very important, you can combine the Area Pro colors with our existing color range, Chroma Plural.
So what we see here on the floor.
Yes, exactly. We see this range on the floor. And
because to tell you the truth, sorry, when to interrupt you, usually we just know blue and light blue, dark blue, and white, and I'm very excited. I mean, this gives a complete new idea of creating a new pool area with these nice colors. And yeah, I think especially when you have like wellness areas and so on, and or saunas and so on, and you use these colors, this is a very homey feeling, I would say.
Yeah, and this was our intention. So inspiration from nature is something everybody wants at home, but of course we like it also when we go to public swimming pools or wellness centers. So,
yeah. Even this tile here, actually when I go to an industrial kitchen, I just know these tiles, salt and pepper, optic, and this is also brand new. Also this size of the tile, 60 by 60, I've never seen a tile this size in an industrial area, so
yeah, you are right.
Less grout, and also, I guess, a better effect for cleaning later on.
Yes, you're right. This is one of our new sizes for this slip resistance, and it comes very well with this new design. Yeah.
Cool. So I guess there's a big combination. So should an architect come to you so that you give him some information? How does this work in the beginning?
We offer different materials to architects. For example, what you see here, the sample folders. But of course, we have a department, our architecture service, and they care about each single request. They do the planning, and they really do big support for every individual swimming pool planning. And if you need another slip resistance or another size, something you can't find in the regular range, you can ask for custom-made productions.
Okay, that means you produce for this pool project. Actually.
Exactly, yeah.
That's also good to know.
Yeah.
Well, a big question we always have when it comes to these wet areas, that you have a safe step, that you do not slip or fall, especially when kids are playing around in this area, run around. Sometimes we get the call, or our customers get the call, we have like accidents, a lot of accidents. So I guess the question of roughness or good standing is actually very important. Yeah?
Oh yeah, it is. And what is nice about our new Area Pro surface is that we create the surface with a fine granulate. And the granulate feels...
This is here on top of this one, right?
Yes, it is on top on each of these tiles.
Yeah, here you can feel it really...
You can feel it here better because this has in addition a pressed structure.
Okay.
So the other surfaces, of course, this is a pressed structure as well, but the other surfaces are flat. And the granulate creates a very good slip resistance when wet, but when you touch it, like now, it doesn't feel rough, really rough. It feels, it feels...
Actually, it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good, but the security is included in the surface.
Okay.
So the anti-slip effect is...
The next question actually is the cleaning process also.
Yeah.
This is something for Dirk and Alexander and the little machine which is standing there. Because we have always, after some years, these accidents sometimes, and sometimes it's a problem of cleaning. So maybe we can present this little machine, because it's actually very difficult. In the beginning, it's easy to say we have a tile with a roughness on top, but after a couple of years, it's sometimes very difficult to say this is still the same slip resistance.
So yes, that's true. Because of this, it would be good to make a zero measurement after building and cleaning, the first cleaning, to make a zero measurement so that you have a start point and you can say, okay, we have find a coefficient.
Okay, maybe we can do that again, if possible. That was very fast.
Yeah.
In Germany, we have no speed limit, you know?
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it starts automatically.
So, and Alexander measures the sliding friction coefficient, and you cannot measure the R classification or the ABC classification with such a device, but you can find a coefficient that show you if the if the slip resistance is high enough. So that is, for example, not cleaned bed tile, so you get a value of 0.3. So that's very low, because here you get a little bit slippy surfaces, and for example, after cleaning with a special cleaner, you can increase the slip resistance by cleaning,
Okay.
for
I
example.
mean, can we do that again now? Yeah. Because what at least I heard, that here the sound was different than here. So I would say we can say already by the sound, okay, the machine needs more power to move over the tiles. And that is probably also a sign of, okay, this tile is more rough than this one.
Yes. Sometimes it's even too rough, so the device stops. But it's a very good device to measure the slip resistance of a ground tile.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So then let's do it again.
Okay.
The camera on here, right here, because it goes very fast.
Yes.
So that we can see it again. I know that this machine is used in Germany more and more now.
Yeah.
I've seen it already also on a construction in Australia. Yeah. So it's a worldwide measurement which is used. Yeah. And so it helps at least a little bit to figure out if the surface of the tile is okay or is not okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I know 15 years ago this machine, nobody liked it. And everybody was wondering, what is this? But nowadays, I would say it's very common to work with this machine.
Yeah, that's true.
The technicians see it's okay.
Yeah.
in the Dean standard world now. Okay. Well, thank you so far. Very nice tiles, what we see here. And when everything is laid now, I don't know if you have seen when we were going over this, over these tiles, we have something white here in between, and this is also very important. This is the grout. And Sebastian, maybe you can say a little bit about the grout, because this is now our business. We like large tiles, but large tiles have the negative side. You do not need grout anymore. And so this is, for us, this is a very nice view that we, of course, can see our product too. And I guess that's also a design thing. And I think in your world that it's also interesting that you say we the combination of a grout color plus the tile is also like a thing which is very important in the creation of a nice room, to have a nice design. And so we have also all kinds of different colors which we can combine with the different grouts. And we have sometimes also big discussions with the architects, which color should it be, and this is not the right color for the grout, and a little bit more light gray, a little bit more dark gray, and so on. And I guess you know about these discussions.
The grout is really important. It can change the design completely. So they do belong together, tiles and grouts.
Yeah, okay. That's why we have something brand new. And be happy because we have actually worked about 2-3 years on this new material to make you an easy job, to have that so that you have an easy job on the construction site. And
Yeah, Mario, thank you that you mentioned about the grout. I saw a lot of beautiful tiles, but as you said, you both said, it's also very important to have the right grout and the right color of the grout, because it belongs to the tiles, of course. And especially in a pool, of course, we need really, really strong grout materials, because we have high abrasion by maybe the cleaning, by the water itself, and by also chemical materials or chemical stress to the grout, which you have seen here. Maybe you've mentioned in the zooms, where you have had a close look to the tile surface. This was our Sopro Grout Plus, which is cement-based grout. We have this in a lot of different color ranges, so you can adapt the color to see these colors from the tiles, because of a lot of anthracite and gray colors, and we have also a lot of brown colors, so I think it will fit very, very good to these color range from the tiles. And the Titec grout is our high-strength cement-based grout, for which we use like 80% in the pool. Yeah? But of course, there's also another material which is brand new out of the lab, as Mario said. We did a little bit longer development for this material, because it needs to be extra good. Yeah? And very good for working and ability for the craftsman, and also later on for the owner needs to be a very good product for the later results. So this is, as you see by these not complete finished bucket, it's a epoxy-based grout. We call it the DFX. Design grout, epoxy design grout, and the X stands also for the Roman number 10, so it's made from 1 millimeter to be up to 10 millimeters. Yeah, so 2 component, and also I think we need to see this in the practical show. Yeah. Again, I will ask Guido to show this material because it's really new out of the lab, and what makes it very special is the softness of the material.
Yeah, actually, Guido was the developer because he just likes to work with one hand.
One hand here, please put one hand in the trouser, and yeah, see, it's a very, very soft material. It's really creamy, really easy to apply. Feels more or less, yeah, like a cement-based material. So you need only one hand, not with, like these old-fashioned material, which you need a lot of hand power. You have to push with 2 hands inside of the grout, which is maybe very narrow. So you need a lot of power. Here you see it's very soft. You can use this as it is made for, as a grout, of course, but you can use this also like a tile adhesive, epoxy-based tile adhesive, also for putting or fixing thick mosaics to the wall. Yeah? So epoxy-based has a really good chemical resistancy, a really bright color, and because it's a very thin material, yeah, it has a really smooth and closed surface, which is really nice and also really good for the cleaning later on. And colors, we talked about the colors. We have a really large color range. We will launch this material with 20 different colors. Also, we have a little bit of blue, because blue is also still a nice color in the pools, but we have also a gray and brown in color ranges. So it will fit to your pools very, very good. Yeah, so this is very good for underwater areas for the pools, but you can use it in wellness areas, in showers, for pool surrounding, everywhere where you want to have an extra plus or an extra security for maybe also chemical stress.
Yeah, I would say also for this new tiles, in the combination for like an industrial kitchen or a very chemical resistant area, you can use it also.
Yeah, because it's really easy to wash. If you talk about the roughness of the tile, the problem with the old-fashioned epoxy materials was always that it sticks so intense to these rough tile surfaces that it is hard to clean. And Guido is here only taking the normal sponge. Normally you wash with a special epoxy viscose sponge. We don't use this here because it's also able to wash off with a normal sponge. Yeah? And with cold water, we have only cold water here. Of course, warm water helps you a little bit to make this process even faster, but you don't, if you don't have it on your construction site, you can also use normal cold water. Yeah? No problem. Easy to wash, and with only a very small working step, you will get a very nice, smooth surface without any leftovers on the surface.
Great.
Brand new material. Yeah.
Heidi, a question was coming in.
Okay.
I think you mentioned it, but I'm not sure. Somebody was asking about the sizes of these new tiles. What is the maximum size and what is the smallest size?
We start with 10 by 10.
So this is what we see here?
This is what we see here. And we end by 60 by 120 or 90 by 90.
So this one is also, you can get this one also in 60 by 120?
No, sorry. You can get all the tiles in slip resistance R10A in every size.
So this would be this one?
This one, exactly.
Yeah, so 60 by 120.
60 by 120 or 90 by 90. And of course, all the formats in between, like 30 by 60 or 60 by 60. And if something is missing, if you need another slip resistance, you can ask for custom-made productions.
Okay, cool. Well, then I guess we are done. We have the tiles, we have the grout. Now the first swimmer is coming, and he messed up the pool, he messed up the shower. And of course, the owner of the pool, he needs some help to clean up. Dirk, now it's your time.
Yes, thank you. Okay. So we have, I think we have two different types of cleaning parts. The first is the wall and the second is the floor. And so we have developed two different kinds of cleaners. One series is for the walls. We call it cleaners with gel, and it's normally in the concentrate. It's a light viscous cleaner, but when we
water, more or less,
more or less like water.
Yeah.
But when we dilute the cleaner with water, I will show it here.
So that means you mix it.
I mix it with water, and so it becomes
sticky.
Sticky. It becomes viscous gel cleaner, and so you get good adhesion at the wall. And my colleague Alexander will demonstrate it with a foam gun. We call this device foam gun or foam cannon. Yes. And so. Okay,
then start. I mean, we prepared this right just for you.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. I'm so proud. Yes. So, and now you can see here the gel structure, and so you have much more time for cleaning. When you compare it with other normal classic cleaners, so you have much more time to clean the wall by using a brush or by using a pad or something like this.
So the foam stays on the wall, actually, or the cleaning material stays on the sticks on the wall, so you have enough time. Actually, I mean, the shower room is a lot bigger than what we have here.
That's true.
And so you can, the guy or the person who has to clean has enough time. And now afterwards he has to get the water hose?
Then you flush the wall with water normally, and then it's clean. So the next guest can come. And so Alexander show you by application of the cleaner, we work from the bottom to the top, and when we flush the wall, we go from the top to the bottom, so that we can remove every kind of cleaner.
Okay, so
because when you use an acid cleaner, it could be destroy the cement joints.
So you also recommend in the beginning to wet everything?
Yes.
Okay, because this is also a step which is sometimes forgotten. Yeah. So that the grout has already some water inside, and you have so that you just clean on top of the grout.
You have a little bit dilution function
exactly.
By using the water. So, and the other product is a cleaner without any surfactants, because surfactants, I show it on a. I will show it on a slide. So surfactants are the most parts of a cleaner, and they remove the pollution, they emulsify and disperse the dirt in water. That's good, but they also binds and make a wet surface more slippery. So our idea was for the floor cleaning to use a cleaner without surfactants. And that is our XLF series. Normally it's used in a scrubber dryer because, like a machine for the wall, it's also good to get a machine to have
of course,
many square meters. So
yes, of course, you have big areas to clean.
You have big areas in the newer pools. You have big areas to clean, and so this one is without any surfactants, so you get no foam. And this XLF cleaners, you get alkaline, you get neutral, and you get acid cleaners as well. And so you can use it by 1% or 2% dilution in a scrubber dryer. So you can clean and dry the surface in one step. So, and that's very...
So actually you need just 2 different materials out of your catalog. One for the wall, one for the floor. And you start the combination. Usually you start with the walls and then you clean the floor, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the third part, if you want, is now in Corona times, is to use the right disinfection for the floors and maybe for the shower rooms and so on.
After the cleaning is done.
After the cleaning is done, after the flushing is done, and Alexander has also a device for this, so you can apply, you make an application of the disinfection on the floor. So it's
is this the same machine? The same
no, it's
Canon?
Yes, that's the same machine. It's it's very good for big areas again. So.
Okay, maybe something for my bathroom at home.
Maybe, yes.
Also, okay, well, great. Sebastian, I think we forgot one thing.
Really?
We wanted to talk about is this details. We have a lot of times in the shower areas, or actually in wet room areas, which gives us sometimes headaches.
Not all of the grouts are stiff or rigid. Some of them need to be flexible, of course, especially in the corners. But there's one special point, maybe the overlap between the floor and the wall, the silicone joint. I think this has a really high critical point to keep it clean, and maybe there are some solutions also from the construction-wise, how to keep them out of the heaviest stress.
And Heidi brought us something very nice, which is right there. Also a detail in the ceramic world, which is very good from my side.
Small detail, but really helpful, I would say.
Yeah, we offer cuff skirtings in the same design of Area Pro in each color, and you can use them to lay them on the floor, and the grout comes a little bit higher.
Yeah, maybe you can put it here. So
exactly.
So that would mean the silicone is not on the floor anymore, so it's in the wall, and so that means the silicone or the flexible grout will be staying very long, for long term, and will not be destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I think there's another question. That's a question for you, is this AGROB BUCHTAL Area Pro with high-tech?
Yes, of course, of course. All our tiles are finished with our high-tech technology. And
can you explain this technology, what it means for customers who have not heard about that so far?
Yeah, high-tech is easier to clean, and it protects ceramic surfaces from bacteria and mold. So something really good for swimming pools.
Okay, great. Well, I think we are done with our session. That was fast, I would say, today. Usually when we are speaking in English, we are a little bit faster, but today I think the time was going like this. Yeah. Well, everybody at home, wherever you are in the world, I hope you had fun. I had fun today, and I learned a lot today, because everything you have seen here today is brand new. Actually, we would be at the moment in Stuttgart at the International Fair of swimming pools, and we would present on our booths these new ideas and products. Because of Corona, we are not able to be there to meet you. I hope this will be possible maybe next year sometime, so that we can get together. I hope the informations for you were also interesting, so you can use them tomorrow on your next project. The tiles the materials for the tile laying, also the cleaning materials, which are very important because we want that this pool works for the next 20 years, 25 years. And this is actually what everybody has in mind when he starts a project, and not just a couple weeks, months, and so on. And I hope that all these ideas we gave you today will help you so that you have a good customer, that the owner of the pool will be very happy. He will come back to you and he will say, well, you did a good job, and I want to do the next project with you, and so on. And if you need our support, just get in contact with us. All the companies you have seen here right now have their guys who help you in the daily job, architects and so on, which will lead you and help you with materials you need for your discussions and so on. And just feel free to get in contact with us. And at the end, stay safe, stay well, and stay in contact with us. All the best for you, and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for watching.